Hey, what's going on, Archons? Welcome to a video that is to prepare you for pre-release weekend. That's right, we're opening up 3 decks and we are going to be showing the process of creating a sealed alliance deck using 9 pods. So I have 3 Winds of Exchange decks here, similar to what you would receive if you're attending a pre-release weekend event. Or pre-release week event, I guess, because they are being held from up until Friday to Thursday. And yeah, I just wanted to go over some things. This could be a longer video because you do have 30 minutes to build a deck. I'm not sure if I'll need the full 30, but it may go that long, and there's going to be a reason why. So with this, let me tell you some things I think you need to have with you when you are going to the event. One thing I recommend is make sure you have some sleeves. That's right, some opaque sleeves that are good for this, because you don't want the back of the card showing in any way, which could help DQ you from the tournament essentially, or have to purchase some at event. So make sure you have some fully opaque sleeves for this. As well, I would recommend you also bring something such as a master vault, basically something that can hold all 3 of your pods plus the deck you are playing, just so that you have the ability to easily transfer out what you need. I mean, one thing you could do is sleeve all 3 decks, and then if you wanted to go through the process of in between game subbing out or transferring pods, you would have a better, more efficient way of doing that. So that's one thing to consider. And then the very last thing that I think you should have when doing this is a notebook, pad and paper, just to make it easy for you to write down some thoughts and feelings on each of the pods and have some data to analyze potentially outside of just in your head. I mean, you could always just choose the 3 you think look the coolest and throw them together, but if you want to go at a high level and fully use all 30 minutes, I think having a way of documenting what you see in each pod is going to be very helpful. So without further ado, let's open these up. And I'm going to open these up in a very systematic way. I will not be looking at any of the cards as I open. That is going to be step 1 of this process for me. So here we go. Let's just go left to right. I'm going to get these 2 decks out of the way because space is limited. Let's see if we can even fit 9 pods here. All right. Let's get the first one open. And which side is the Archon? Okay, so this is the Archon side. So there's certain things I'm going to be looking for right off the top. One is I'm just actually going to look at the token. First and foremost, what token is here? So we have researcher in this one. Cool. So step 2 is to open the deck up, remove the plastic foil, put the Archon card off to the side. It does not matter. Put your token here because it does matter, and then flip over, and I'm literally just going to not even look at the cards, and I'm just going to go like this. Unfathomable, Star Alliance, Equidon. Okay, deck 1, deck 2. We are working with, we have the warrior token. Very nice. So let's crack this open. Again, same process. We have 2 overlapping houses right now. So that is something to consider always. Putting the Archon card off to the side, it is irrelevant. Putting the token here at the bottom. And then again, we are just going to move everything off to the side. I do not care what's in the deck currently, although I am seeing some cool things. All right, and then the last deck, I do recommend going through this method that I'm doing right now just because it's going to save you time. If you have limited time, okay. And the last one, yeah. Last one we have occultist. So, okay. And all overlapping houses here. So that's going to create some decisions to be made. Now, obviously seeing cultist means that I got the chase token in this deck. I will have to remove that aspect of this equation out of the way so I don't get too caught up in that being a thing. All right, so let's just move these down for now. 2 Saurian, 2 Brobnar, 2 Unfathomable. So, and 2 Star Alliance. Actually, that's quite a bit of overlap. Good and also not good. So what I'm going to do now is we have all these. There's certain things I want to maybe see is what is the Ember control in each house. And this is where things are going to take time. I'm going to be, here's my notebook. I'm just going to be off to the side. You won't see it, but, well, there you go. You see a little bit of it, but I'm going to just do it this way. So we're going to call the top one is just going to be Unfathomable 1. And what I'm going to do in this is I want to get the traits. So we're going to go creature count. We got 1. So yeah, we're going to go creature count. And I'm not even looking at the cards yet. I'm going composition. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures. Ember pips, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Ember. And then we're going to go Ember control. We got 1. We got 1. And then we're going to go board control. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've got 8 board control cards, and then disruption because we're in Unfathomable, and token creation. Those are the things we're looking at last. So disruption, I guess you could call Adult Swim as disruption because it's going to slow it down. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 disruption. And the efficiency is not here. And then lastly, can we create tokens here? Is there any token creation? 1 token creation. So we have 1 token creation. All right, pod 1. Now we're going to go over to Star Alliance 1. And same thing. How many creatures we got? We have 1, 2, 3 creatures. Ember control 1. 1 Ember control card. Oh, I did that in the wrong order. Should have done Ember pips. Pips, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pips. It's actually a little bright. I'm just going to drop this down. There we go. That's better. And then next on the list is board control. We have one, two board control, and then disruption or draw in this. I think this is going to be more of a draw one. So for draw, we have 1, or efficiency, sorry. 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 efficiency cards, and then token generation we have 1, 2, 3, 3. 3 token cards. Okay. So yeah, this is not the most exciting process for a video, but I think it's important to show going through this. And here we go next. We go to Equidon, the only Equidon house. So again, how many creatures have we got? We have 1, 2, 3, 3. 3 creatures. How many pips? 1, 2 pips. Ember Control. 1, 2, 'Sorry, I'm reading some of this. I haven't seen some of these cards before. 2 Ember Control cards. And then board control, we have destroy each creature. Each player gains Ember equal to half the number of creatures they controlled that were destroyed this way rounded up. So, okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 board control cards, and significant board control cards as well. Like this Equidon pod is almost instantly near the top of the list of something that should be included, just because of what it presented in the board control side of things. And then lastly, we're going to go, is there efficiency or disruption here? I don't think there is. No, but there is token generation, and that is actually important in this. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll call that 5. And then 6. 6 token creating cards and lots of synergy with it. So yeah, I'm actually just gonna right now put a star next to this because I really like what I saw in that. Moving on to Star Alliance 2. We have, all right, creature count 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness, these are all stuck together. 3, 4. Let me count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 5 creatures. Pips, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 pips. I'm gonna start going a bit faster here. Ember Control, we have 1, 2, 3 Ember Control. Board control, there is, we'll call Pyro because it's going to help with the splash. That's 1, 2, 3, 3. 3 board control. Any efficiency or disruption? Yes, we got efficiency here for sure. There is 1, 2, and then 3. 3 efficiency and token generation. For token generation, we have 1, 2, 3 token generation. So depending on how I want to use the tokens, that's in play. All right, moving on to Dino 1. So creatures, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. 7 creatures. Pips, we have 1, 2, 3 pips. Ember control, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 ember control, that's really nice. Board control, there is 1, 2, I'll call that 3. And then there's efficiency, I think, so more so than disruption in this. So we're going to go with 1, just the 1. Tokens, we got 1, 2, 2 token cards. I really like to look at this one. I don't know if I'm going to star this one, but there's definitely some good stuff there. All right, now let's go over to Brobnar 1. Brobnar 1. And this is now we're looking the same thing as we're already. Now, Brobnar is something I really like, so I'm going to look at this a little bit more closely. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 9 creatures. Yeah, this is probably an auto include for me right now. Like I don't think I need to see anything else to know that I want this in the deck. And then pips, we have 1, 2 pips. Ember control, 1, 2, 2 ember control. Board control, we can go 1, 2, 3, 3. And then efficiency, there is, you can kind of count this as 1. So that's 1, 2, 3. 3 efficiency, and then token creation. We got 1, 2 token creation. Yeah, that Brobnar is bonkers, like exactly what I want in Brobnar. It's going to be hard not to. This is actually, I think, going to be a hard choice. Things officially got challenging. Okay, so now here we go over to Unfathomable 2. Again, creature count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures. Pips, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pips, but conditional pips. There's still a lot though. Ember control, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 ember control. Board control, so we got 1, 2, I think these count. 3, 4. So we got 4 board control. I'm wondering if you don't have cultists in your deck, if this can still make cultists. That's an interesting one. I don't know the answer to that. Maybe someone could comment. And then we got for efficiency or disruption. This is definitely disruption. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. And then token creation. We got 1, 2, 3 because of this. 3 token, but I'm not sure how this one goes. This one's an asterisk for a different reason. And now moving on to Saurian 2. Creatures, we got 1, 2, 3. 3 creatures. Pips 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pips. Ember control 1. One ember control, board control. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 board controls. So this has a lot of board control. Honestly, I don't need to look at the rest of this. I just don't think this pod, I can rule out this pod right off the top. It's not as good as what I've seen, and it is not helping. So actually this pod, I'm actually just going to strike right from the whole equation to make my life easier. And that is something you should do. If there's things you see that are better when you're getting to that point, you should just eliminate things because it's going to make your life a lot easier. Okay, here we go with the last one, which is the Brobnar, the last Brobnar. So we have Brob 2 creatures. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 creatures. Pips, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pips. Ember control 1, 2. This is another one. Actually, whatever this last deck, I think it's the cultist deck. Unfortunately, I'm not feeling. So I don't need to look at the Brobnar. I don't really want that either. So here we go. We're now down to the final rhythm of what we want to do. So there's this with the cultist, which has a lot of pips. But now it's actually time. Let's look at the stats. It's time to look at the stats. I apologize for my messy writing here. So things we're going to want to be focusing on is Ember control. So things that stand out here. These two have the most Ember control. And then board control, highlight top 2. I mean, these are all pretty close. This has huge disruption, huge efficiency. This also has good disruption. And then tokens. Equidon, if you're going for a token strategy, does a lot here. And then there's a tie for 3 here. So I'll just do that. And then pips. So we got 7 and 8. Creature count. So we got 9. Or maybe that's a 4 actually. So 9 and 7. And see, as you start circling things, you're going to start seeing patterns come to light of what ones you like. So this Unfathomable here is circled a lot for different things, but it is the cultist one. And the 8 pips are actually 6 if I take that out. I'm not sure I want that because even though this has really good Ember control, I'm not sure if this one's going to be better than that one. So let's just take a quick look here at this one again, just to refresh. So we have some staying power for exhaust. Is there any synergies now with the exhaust? Okay, so this is artifact control, which is something not to be, actually multiple artifact control, something not to scoff at. Timoti, okay. All right, so I'm seeing what's there in this Unfathomable. It's low Ember control, and then this one, oh, I do like this one though. The Ember controls are really good, I don't know if this is a dead card. Like, I really don't know how that one works. I do like this. Like, there's so many pips. Even without that, that's still a lot of pips. But only 4 creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's something to consider. I think this one's still in consideration. I'm not sure if I want to go with the top Unfathomable, even though there is so much great things there. So let's just move on to the next thing. So the next thing is this has 5 pips. So this could be a potential 3 creatures, 1. I want more Ember Control though. So this Dino and this Equidon I actually think is where I want to start the build from. This is where I'm going for. So this Equidon, I really liked its board control and its token generation. So I kind of think I know the deck I want to build now. It's kind of just come together from this. So I'm going to go with this Equidon. And the reason being is it has really good board control. The board control it does have is quite nice. And it has good Ember Control. Why did I really only put 1 Ember Control? No, I put 2 Ember Control cards. Sorry. Was there really only 1? 2. Oh, there was only 2. I don't know what it is. I like this. Just the way I can just destroy each non-token creature. There's a lot of synergy here, like destroy each non-token creature, or sorry, each non-token creature gains destroyed, make a token creature. So each friendly, yeah. So these two go together, Market Crash with Taya. That's pretty sick. And then there's the mass buyout. So yeah, I wish I had a I'm really liking this. Like I'm having trouble not choosing that one. Like I just really like it. The next thing I want to definitely look at is this Dino 1. This is definitely going to be included. Yeah, Dino 1 is definitely being included, especially with Amphora Captura, because that's just going to make my Ember Control so much better. Lots of great pips here. Good amount of pips there. I just kind of want to see other pips on cards, because that could be something that's utilized with that information. And then this Brobnar. Yeah, I'm definitely using this Brobnar as well. Okay, so these two are definitely the base of the deck. I'm going with these two here. So by selecting these two, I am creating a Dino that has only 2 token generation, which is fine, but it has 5 Ember Control, 7 creatures. And then I'm going 2 token with 9 creatures, 3 and 3 on the board control. I'm actually having trouble not just choosing the Equidon, or sorry, as much as I love the Equidon, I think I'm going to go with the Unfathomable. Yep, I think that's the play. The thing about Equidon is it would create a lot of tokens. Yeah, I'm still, honestly, this last Unfathomable is pretty insane. It has so many things that are really interesting. I think I'm going, as much as I love the Equidon, I think it's not going to do what I really want to in the end. So I know I'm going with these two here. And then I think I'm actually going for the Cultist version, but with Warrior, because I have so many Brobnar. I think that's helpful. And the fact I can put poison on. Yeah, I think this is actually the answer here. Yes, this is exactly the answer. I'm going with this. I don't know the ruling on this yet, but I'm still going with this choice. And I'm going with Warrior. This is the way we're going. So to recap the stats that are present here, we went this one here. So there's 8 pips, which is going to back up Amphora Captura, 4 Ember Control, 4 Board Control, with 4 Disruption cards, 3 token making cards. Okay, then we're going the Brobnar with 9 creatures, 2 pips, 2 Ember Control. So we're getting up to 6. Look at that. That's good amount of Ember Control cards. That's 11 cards that control Ember. We have 10 cards doing board control, 3 efficiency, 4 efficiency, plus 4 disruption. I like the balance of that. And then we'll have a total of, is this one deck that I just pulled? No, it's not. And then there is a total of 7 token creating cards. So that is what we're doing. I think that is the one that's going to work. So this is the build that I want to roll with. I see a lot of synergy. It's really, I mean, there's a chance I swap in Equidon. There is a chance that that gets done in between. But let's take a look at the full composition. So we got 1, 2, and I'm just at my 30-minute mark basically right now because I had 2 minutes in the video. So yeah, 1, 2, this does take a long time. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 Ember pips. But in terms of overall, so it's 13, that's 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 pips that are going to be with Amphora Captura. Creature count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 creatures. And I've gone over the board control and all those stats. So great disruption here. And then creatures, like there's Captured Ember here. And then Amphora Captura is also helping to fuel the fact that we can go Faust, Epic Poem, never mind Epic Poem with Praetor Marius. Yeah, this would be sick. And then you have Spartosaur just to, if you need to just, you know, blow. I would wish I had a Prospector. If I had Prospector and Spartosaur, it would be insane. I just like this. I feel like this is going to play well. It's a balanced build between disruption, board, and Ember Control. It has everything I want, and going between Dinos and Brobnar I think is going to be really solid. As much as it saddens me that I'm essentially creating a dead card with this, I don't think it matters in the end. I really don't know the ruling on Primordial Vault being in this. That's the one thing, because if I can get both out of this, then that's pretty cool. So yeah, this is the deck. I'm pretty psyched about it, and this is my process for how I would go about building a sealed alliance for pre-release weekend. Open the 3 decks, look at them all individually, create their stats, and then you can basically view everything together and then start seeing the pattern of what you want, plus the cards you noticed as you went along. And then as I went, you see, I noticed that I don't even need to look at these. They're not going to be part of what I want to do. It just provides a really great way of being able to see what's what. So I hope you enjoyed this, and it wasn't too tedious. I know it wasn't as enthralling, and there was a lot of counting and stuff. So you can obviously, hopefully you realize, just jump through and get to the part where there's the analysis. But yeah, that's the process I go through and will be going through during pre-release weekend. And I hope this has been informative and helpful for you. And as always, folks, may your Ember never be stolen and your keys forged promptly. Have a good one.